how we can create sketches with two tools. They are paintbrush tool and blob brush tool. Now, what I mean about sketches are drawings that we create just to rough out initial ideas, and usually we delete them later after the artwork is finished. You might be wondering, why am I calling it sketching tools? Are they only good for sketching? The first answer, it is because I use them mainly for sketching purpose. The second answer is no, they are not only good for sketching, and you can use it for finished line artwork. It really depends on how you work, how steady your hand is, whether you want to be able to change it later, and whether you own a pressure-sensitive device such as Wacom's tablet. Let's just discuss this more in depth so you understand what I mean. First is the paintbrush tool. The paintbrush tool works similar to pencil tool in a lot of ways. First, both tools use the same click and drag. As you can see, it behaves just like the pencil tool. The second similarity with the pencil tool is that it also creates stroke, not fill. So when I select one of these paths with the direct selection tool, as you can see, they are just stroke rendered with a bit of thickness. So what is the main difference between paintbrush and the pencil tool? The difference is that when we use the brush tool, we can apply brush definition directly when drawing freely. To explain what I mean, let's open Brushes panel and choose this brush definition, and then start drawing with the brush tool. As you can see, we are creating stroke with brush definition directly. Okay, now the question is, can we apply this brush definition to strokes that we have created with the pencil tool? Yes, we can, but only after we create them and not while drawing it. Let's create a simple stroke with the pencil tool and start drawing. After that, choose this brush definition, and now we have something like this. To be honest, I think this tool is redundant and it's adding unnecessary complication to the software. Right now, when we choose pencil tool, it will not let me choose these other brushes and only this basic feature applied to it. On the other hand, when we choose the brush tool, we cannot choose the basic brush definition. It always selects other brush definition. For me, again, I think this is redundant and just strange. I think Adobe should remove the pencil tool and replace it with just a paintbrush tool, but able to select basic brush definition, or vice versa, remove the brush tool. Because the only difference between brush and pencil tool is actually an option in Appearance panel called New Art has Basic Appearance. If this option is turned off, notice that drawing with pencil tool is the same as drawing with the brush tool. Let's double click on the tools icon to see what else this tool can offer. Notice we have fidelity option like the pencil tool. The explanation is the same as the pencil tool. Higher value means smoother result with less anchor points created. Lower value means Illustrator will be more faithful to your hand gesture when drawing. Other options are self-explanatory. Fill new brush stroke means that it will add fill color area when drawing stroke. Keep selected means it will always select the path after being drawn. Why this is important? Because the setting after it, and that is edit selected paths. When this both turn on, Illustrator always assume that you want to edit your stroke again after it was created. So let's say I draw this stroke and then click drag again, close the old stroke. Notice it will not create new strokes, rather edit and refine the previous one. I usually turn off both of these options when doing sketching. Unlike paintbrush tool, the blob brush tool will actually create fills, not stroke. To show you what I mean, select blob brush tool by clicking and holding the paintbrush tool and choose blob brush tool from the drop-down list. And just draw a random curve like this just for example. Now go to direct selection tool and select the path and zoom in. Notice we don't have a single stroke at the center as with the paintbrush tool, rather an area of fills. Double click on the tool icon and see what option do this tool have. The first option up here will make the fields that we created become selected by default. The second option, if turned on, will make the blob brush only merge fields with selected fields. Otherwise, by default, blob brush merge every fields that it crosses and make them as one object. This fidelity setting is the same as other fidelity setting, so I'm not going to explain it again. The next section of the option is where things get more interesting. Using these values, or just click and drag in here, we can adjust the brush tip or shape that will be produced by the blob brush tool. Okay, now what are these fixed options in this column? This will lead us to our next discussion, and that is using pressure sensitive device. When we set this size to 10 point, for example, and from fixed to pressure, and variation all the way up to 10 point also, notice when I draw with my Wacom tablet with a slight stroke, it will create these thin lines almost 1 point thickness. But when I press hard, it will create thicker lines almost to 20 point thickness. So using this option, you can have more natural looking strokes or feels to be exact because it reads and mimics our hand pressure to the size value. Again, I must mention you need pressure sensitive device such as Wacom for this to work. There are other cheaper brands like Hanfon or Huion or other brand that I may not know of. I only have Wacom tablets and have never used brands other than Wacom, so I cannot give any comment or review about which brand is the best. Okay, now the question is, can we utilize the pressure sensitive device when using the paintbrush tool? Because when we double click on the icon, it doesn't display any option to control the behavior. The answer is yes, we can do that. In paintbrush tool, it is not tool specific, but rather this attached to the brush definition setting. To make use of it, simply select the brush definition you like to use and double click on it. Notice we have the same setup as the blob brush. Change the size to 5, pressure and 5 also, and we click the OK button and start drawing something. Notice the natural hand-painted looks on these strokes as we enable the pressure option turned on. Okay, now after knowing these two tools and what it can do, what is the practical usage for them? Well, you can use them in any way you like with your own creativity. But for me, I only use paintbrush tool for sketching and rarely or almost never use blob brush tool. Why? First, blob brush tends to be heavy on the processing power that it often lags my computer, and I have a very fast computer with a very large RAM. Using blob brush for simple drawing is okay, but once it starts getting complicated, you have a risk of crashing your computer. Secondly, I use paintbrush tool with calligraphic brush definition and pressure option only for sketching, not the final artwork. Why? The answer is because you cannot modify the width after it's been created. Basically, it is good that you can vary the width with your Wacom tablet, but it is not good as after that, the stroke that was created will stay like that forever. You cannot change it. Now this maybe happens in the current version of my Adobe Illustrator, and that Adobe will have integrate this tool with the width tool later on. But for now, for me it's only good for sketching, not for final artwork. But a bit of spoiler here, paintbrush can be still useful for final artwork when used with other types of brush definition such as pattern or art brush. We're going to cover all of this in later videos, inshallah.